Shepard said knights did this. Hope Edith and Simon got away. They went to heaven. Edith and Simon's fate. Oh, we've got a new entry here. Let's inspect it. Edith and Simon's fate. Aliena and Richard's dead mother had a sister by the name of Edith in the village of Huntley. Aliena remembered a little about her and her husband Simon, as they had stopped visiting their kin soon after the marriage to the Earl, her father. According to stories, Edith was a thin, nervous woman, much like her mother, and her husband Simon, a big, hearty man who ate and drank a lot. Aliena isn't sure she'd recognize them now. Aliena suspected that her father's political uproar had played a part in Edith and Simon's fate, losing their home and pastures, and perhaps even their lives. Yeah, I think they're probably dead as well. Sit inside.
I'm not feeling very well.
Let me see your ear.
Don't touch it. I feel weak. My face hurts so much.
Have you still got some water?
Some. But it hurts when I swallow. What did we do wrong, Ali? Why is God punishing us?
We'll get through this. We did nothing wrong. Moping will get us, nowhere.
We will get through this. If we came this far, we'll get even further. We just need to stay strong and be patient.
But there is nowhere for us to go. We're commoners now. Commoners who never learned to do common work, and...
What a
we both
bitch!
swore an oath to Father. If we don't get the Eldon back, we will go to hell.
We've still got Father's money. Not anymore! We could become wool merchants.
We could become wool merchants.
What do we know about wool?
We know from Meg that a lot of shepherds complain about their walk to Winchester. What if we did that for them?
What about me becoming a knight?
Uncle Simon's not the only one who'd take you as a squire. If we collected enough money, we could pay another knight to teach you.
It might work.
Right? We've had some bad luck till now, but surely not everyone is a fiend.
Huh. We'll see about
It'll
that.
take some time, but we should be able to gradually increase our income. All we need to do is have a lot of patience and pray to God.
Uh-oh.
Richard!
Lord Anthony caught me riding the horse you stole from him. He told me before I take you back, I can have some fun with you.
What kind of fun? Uh-oh. What? The end? I didn't know that you can actually get a game over in this game. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's try again. We failed that event for some reason. Probably we need to attack him immediately. We're gonna have to go through all of this again.
I'm not feeling...
I'm gonna skip all of this, by the way, viewers. We will go through this. Wool merchants.
What? Right. All we need to do is have a lot of patience and pray to God. Richard!
Lord Hamley caught me riding the horse you stole from him. He told me before I take you back, I can have some fun with you.
All right.
Get away from him!
Yeah! Life leaving the body. He's dead. Wait, he's actually dead?
Richard! Richard!
Wow, lived like a wimp, died like a wimp.
I failed you. If only I had run faster. If only I had known how to treat your wounds, your ear. If only I had known how to save you. But how could I have? I'd known as little about the world as you had. Now all that remained for me to do was to stay with you, to hold you, until your skin had gone pale and the burning veins clutching your neck had grown cold. I don't remember much of the weeks that followed, until one day I found myself back in Winchester.
A few weeks later.
May I ask what you're planning to do with all that wool?
Aliena's note on trading. Let's go ahead and give that a read. Aliena's note on reading. To negotiate a good price and to make a profit, first stress the quality of the goods. Whatever you can think of. Know your goods, and then once the partner is willing to negotiate, do not ask for too much. Asking twice the amount of the initial offer will likely result in a bad deal. Twice the amount of the initial offer? Being too humble, on the other hand, will make your goods seem cheap and your offer uninteresting. Suggest a reasonable price, somewhat higher than what you really want, is likely to result in a counter offer and a good deal. Remember, be smart, not only when you sell, but also when you buy. Otherwise, there will be no profit. I mean, I'm gonna assume that we're still buying these a pound per sack, so as long as we are selling it over that, we're gonna get some profit. We're gonna get some profit back. Hey, that's Philip. That's Scooby, Alfred. Looks impressed. Will he buy it all? Our first big sale. He looks nicer than Ralph. Still, I don't trust monks anymore. Damn. It's too easy to abuse reputation. Grumpy man. What is his problem? Keeps looking over. Who knows? That's the wool cart. Heard the Flemish pay quite some coin. Heard the Flemish pays quite some coin for English quality. They say it's the weather that makes our sheep so tough. We've already read that description. Who the hell is that lady? It's the first time that we've seen her, I think. We cannot talk to anyone, other than this guy. We can inspect the wool cart. A wool sample.
No, but the merchant should want to see this.
Alright. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
Mind showing me a piece of your stock? I'd like to establish the quality before I make any promises. Not bad. That's quite some wool you've brought along. I hope you're not planning to set up shop here too. Meg would kill me if I let you.
How would you stop me? I came to sell, not to compete.
I came to sell this wool to you, not to compete with you. It comes from the shepherds near Huntley. They gave it to me so they wouldn't have to come here themselves.
I see. All right. I'll give you £1 per sack for this.
What? Only £1?
Ah, that's a fair price.
Not really. That's what I originally paid.
But that's what I paid the shepherds. This doesn't even make up for the cart, taxes, and travelling.
Then you've made a bad business decision.
What?
I can't pay for your mistakes, can I? You have to handle that yourself. Say, where's your brother? Did he not help you?
Well...
He's dead.
He's not here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I could buy your cart off you as well if you want. 55 pence? What do you say?
Well, we're gonna have to lie, huh?
My... I'll...
Just take it. I'm not gonna choose that. No. I'm not gonna choose that. I'm not gonna choose that.
I'll take the wool somewhere else. Shiring, perhaps, or Gloucester.
I'm afraid they won't pay you any more than I can. Maybe even less once they see your battered hands.
Then I'll prove that the wool's quality is worth the price. Just let me look at it once more.
Look at it. Look at what? The wool? We already know that the wool is of a good quality. Should be.
I've got to work out what signifies high quality. Remember what the shepherds said. Oh, if Richard was here, we'd remember it all. It's from a good breed of sheep, they said. What else? It's clean, no grease or dirt. It's dry, light and soft. It's strong. The wool is very durable.
Okay. That's it? But I guess that's it. I'm gonna have to convince him.
Have you thought it over?
We're probably gonna have to suggest the price. And then praise it. Uh... £2. He's gonna have a counter offer.
£2 per sack.
Are you insane? That's a little too much. I'd hardly pay that much for a golden fleece.
Praise the wool. It's clean.
Wool is often full of grease and dirt. But this batch was scoured very thoroughly. It's very clean and soft.
Even picky customers would be delighted. That is true.
It's dry and strong.
In this weather, some cartloads of wool would arrive damp. I made sure that this is dry and undamaged. It's light and easy to transport.
And customers are hesitant to buy wet wool.
Some sheep produce brittle fibre, but this wool is strong. Its sheep had good, healthy lives.
It's suitable for finer and durable fabrics. All right. What pricing did you have in mind?
He's gonna have a counter offer, and we're gonna get a £1.25.
£1.10 per sack, then.
Well, tell you what. I'll give you £1.25 for every sack. You've brought up some good arguments. Your wool is exquisite. But not a penny more. All right?
Should have started praising it, and then I went with the £2.
Yes, agreed. £1.25 it is.
Very good. Just so you know, if my mistress gets angry, I'll have you tell her the same things you told me.
Thank you for your business. I've earned 60p for each sack.
I know why Meg likes you, Aliena. You're just as ruthless as her.
I must say, that was impressive.
Hey!
Can I help you?
The man of the
I
hour.
didn't mean to barge in, but you are the Lady Aliena of Shiring, are you not?
And who are you?
My name is Philip of Gwyneth. I am the Prior of Kingsbridge.
Ah, I've heard of you. You helped a lot of people after the Hamleys attacked my father's castle.
We only did what was right. I met your father.
My father knew many people. Not all of them were his allies.
I know. I'd like to invite you to come to Kingsbridge. Our own wool trade has fallen somewhat into neglect, God forgive, but we have plenty of sheep. I'm sure we could come to an agreement.
Me? Trading wool for you?
You wouldn't work for me, you would work with me. I can see that you are not afraid of hard work. I don't know a single novice who would have been willing to pull a cart like that on his own. My friend, Brother Milius, would be delighted to speak with you. He always goes to markets for our priory. What do you say?
I'll consider it.
Please do consider my offer. You will be most welcome in Kingsbridge. It is the least I can do.
Thank you, Father. Not much later, I found a home in Kingsbridge.
All right.
I remember when I got there, there was Jack. You. I remember you. You're the boy with no father.
Actually, I have two fathers now.
Is that so?
Yes.
This one is still funny,
Tom
viewers.
Builder and
The
Jack
kid with two
Shepherd.
dads. The kid
And then the
with
days
two
just
dads.
went by. Little did I know that the best and the worst was yet to come.
All right, so I guess we caught up in the story. Can Richard actually live up until this point? I really am not sure. I really don't know. Like, I thought this game is gonna follow the book to the fullest. It's not gonna take any freedom in actually changing how the story is gonna go. I really don't know. I'm probably gonna find out once once I read the books, I guess. Chapter 9, The Oath. What you did? You knocked at your old townhouse and found the Hamleys living in it. You found a place to sleep for the night. Your feet ached from the journey. You confidently swore the oath. You saw your father one last time. Oh, you can actually just miss him altogether? You lost Richard. What becomes of the oath now? You paid the shepherd £1 for each sack of wool. You negotiated a better price for the wool and made a profit. Philip has invited you to come to Kingsbridge. "5 years later. 1141.
So, you have returned from Rome, Bishop Waleran.
Yes, it was a very illuminating time.
What do you want?
The Pope was very pleased to hear how I and you have worked together in the past to support our king.
We did not do it for your church.
He was less pleased, however, to hear about the bargain you struck with the Prior of Kingsbridge.
Why should he care? Once and for all, we will not support you in your personal quarrels. The deal we made with the Priory of Kingsbridge has the blessing of the king.
Of course, and you would never change your mind on that matter. Tell me, has your son returned from the Holy Land yet?
We have not heard from him, ever since he set out to join that crusade of yours. If he dies, your church will be responsible.
Do not underestimate your son, Lady Hamley. That would be a great mistake.
What does that mean? Chapter 10. The Rise of Kingsbridge. Oh, look at that. Now, Jack should be all grown up now. Paul is still alive.
Now and you'll have a ceiling.
Wonderful.
That's Alfred?
Then we will no longer have to hold our services in the crypt.
You could even begin to plan the paintings for the wooden ceiling and the walls.
Why a wooden ceiling? So the whole thing goes up in flames again?
Philip decided on that because it's cheaper. And these walls can only hold the weight of a wooden ceiling.
Hey, that's Jack.
I love you like a brother, Alfred, but the apprentice shouldn't have to tell the master craftsman things like that.
You love Alfred!
Jack, for once, focus on your work and finish it. Just for once. Or you'll stay an apprentice for the rest of your life.
Don't argue again.
Alfred is right. This is a house of God.
All right. Now, where were we?
Jack looks much, much older.
You could start planning the paintings for the ceiling if you wish.
Can we afford that at the moment? We are paying so many workers already.
Father Philip, Tom Builder, Alfred.
Ah, Aliena.
That's the waifu.
How are you?
I'll be moving my wool to Shiring today. The fleece fair starts tomorrow.
Ah, I almost forgot.
Hitting that one is
Milius
gonna
and
be
I
a
have
little
already
bit
arranged
hard.
everything. We'd make much more of a profit if Percy Hamley had not raised the taxes this week.
Again?
That's Jonathan.
You shouldn't wander off. Stay with us.
Tom is right. You hear?
He looks like a real monk.
Omnius Pluvius, nomine patri amen.
That sounds like Latin, but it's not quite right yet. We would not have to worry about this if we could sell our wool here on our market.
The king would have to grant
Should have taught him some
license
ubi
for
sub
that.
ubi.
And the Hamleys wouldn't like that, I'm afraid. They want the taxes from the fair in Shiring.
Don't worry, we'll make a good profit. It's a good year. We've never moved this much wool as it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and I have to build a new storage house.
Alfred is a master craftsman now. If you can pay him, he'll help you.
Ah, very good.
Maybe she wanted to ask for Jack
If she hadn't
instead.
a business of her own, I'd hire her to work for me.
She is something. She would make me a good wife.
Hey!
Hands off the waifu!
Hey, take that back! What? What did I say?
For the last time, stop your quarreling!
Philip, let's look at the plans again. There's a problem I have to discuss with you.
All right.
Take that back, Alfred.
Jack, leave him alone. And for once, finish your work.
And Jack, please keep an eye on Jonathan, will you?
No, we're gonna babysit?
What? Why me?
Finish your work, Jack.
That's how it always was.
Getting owned by a little
On
kid?
that day, I didn't care.
Damn, that ginger is a bitch.
On that day, I was going to see Aliena.
Ooh.
And I was going to tell her how I felt.
Ooh.
And nothing and no one would stop me.
I have to see Aliena. I wonder where she is. This is where he is gonna start confessing. Alfred will regret what he said about Aliena. Thomas insists I finish my Corbel. Jonathan too. I mean, does that mean that we have a choice here? We'll have a choice to either follow up or, you know, just ignore them altogether? Huh. Well, obviously we're gonna try and hunt down the waifu. Alrighty, viewers. So I guess this is the first time we've seen Jonathan, huh? And I don't think they know. Well, obviously, I don't think they actually know that he's Tom's kid, which is sad. All right, let's go ahead and take a look around here. Timpanum. We'll go up over the entrance. Everybody will see it. Doesn't feel finished yet. That's a wasp nest. Wasn't here a few days ago. Last year they killed a sheep. Careful, Jonathan doesn't get too close. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Unfinished corbel. Never finished things? Tom, in for a surprise. Question is, finish it now or later? And there's the crack. They haven't fixed the crack? Crack keeps on coming back. Mortar might be the problem. But why here? Not even Tom knows. You can go down to the crypt. Well, I guess the crypt is still in place. Jonathan spends too much time with monks. Wonder when he'll ask about his father. Remember the winter he was born. And the workers on the scaffold. Alfred doesn't get it. These walls will only hold a wooden ceiling. They weren't meant to hold stone. Ah, these? But you know, these are Tom's instructions, right? But that's the job for the that's the job of the pillars. If their pillars are up, then that's about it. You have your infrastructure, and that's about it. They already dug deep down, so yeah, I would assume that they have their infrastructure intact. Alright, so we do have our Bible with us. The Bible. Phillips wants me to read. I wonder if it's if this function is gonna have the same function as it had with Phillips.
I'm not in the mood to discuss scripture. No, Philip will get mad if I damage the book. I don't remember what the scripture said about wasps.
Did it ever say anything about it?
No, Philip will get mad if I damage... He's not that good at reading yet. I doubt the Bible has anything to say about that.
Alright, might as well talk to Jonathan a little bit. See what he has to say.
Hey, little brother.
Was he laughing? Let's have some fun with him. Oh, that's about it? Alright. I thought he's gonna add something significant. Talk about looking out for him.
I hope you appreciate that I look out for you.
I ate a beetle.
Nice.
Don't tell Philip, alright? It's our secret.
Your shit is gonna look weird. Let's have fun. What can we do?
Come on, let's have fun.
Oh, you can't do that.
Oh, I can.
Tom and Philip said you can't. You have to work.
I know what they said. I was there, you know.
Explain why not working is alright.
Philip and Tom won't mind if we take a break. Sometimes people say one thing and mean another thing. Either he's stopped listening, or he's thinking about it.
One more time. Damn. He's laughing louder and louder. That's the only thing that I noticed. Well, that's about it. Let's get out. Can we talk to him about,
I should try to find Aliena instead. It's been too long since I saw her.
Thinking that we might be able to talk to him about Aliena.
Who do you like better? Me or Alfred?
Alfred.
What?
You traitor! I'm gonna tell you that you ate a beetle. Alright, let's check the area around.
The Tree of Life. When I was small, I wanted something with animals. I tried to make it look like no other tree, more like a thought. I like it, but nobody recognizes that it's supposed to be a tree. Well, Tom says it's done, and he won't let me do another one.
I wonder if this is gonna be based on the choices we made. Which, again, like, maybe the game is taking the liberty of actually doing some things that change the course of the plot, but this is a game that's based on a book. Like, up until now, viewers, I still haven't read the book. I might actually wait a little bit until I finish the game. Or at least I'm a little bit deep into the game, or until I actually finish reading some of the books that I started reading and haven't finished yet. What books am I reading right now, viewers? I'm gonna keep it secret for now. Why are you keeping that a secret, have a nice day? Cause, it might come up later. It might come up later.
I better not get too close.
Maybe it's too political.
I better not get too close.
Maybe the book that you're reading, have a nice day, is too political. Not really. Not really. Continue work now. Continue work later. Kind of wanna try and just gonna try and find Aliena and then come back to work. Maybe go to Aliena, then go to Alfred, and then go back to work. I don't like the wasp being here, but well, if I do that, something terrible is gonna happen. I'm sure of this.
Right, the wall is already coming apart, and Alfred wants to put a stone ceiling on top instead of a wooden one. Idiot.
How can you fix that? It's a little bit problematic.
Hey up there!
Hey down there!
Everything all right up there?
Here, Jack. Now piss off. Watch your language, Jack.
Hey, what did I do?
That wasn't him, though. That was Andrew. Andrew hearing him. Hey, yeah. It's not, but it wasn't Jack, though. Jonathan Jack. So we cannot force Jonathan to come with us? I don't want him to be here alone.
Everything all right, Jonathan?
Well, I guess it can't be helped. Alright, let's go, let's get the hell out of here. Try and find Aliena. Kingsbridge Cathedral. I cannot spot her. Oh, well, Jonathan got out with this.
Don't run off.
Don't worry, he's here.
Ah, great. Thank you, Martha.
And no, I don't have time to watch him.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Martha grew up.
No, it's all broken.
The sounds of the market.
Shouldn't you be working, Jack?
Maybe I should go before I buy anything.
Watch where you go, will ya? Now it's come to that.
Who was that?
Step on my chickens.
I wonder who was that. Yeah, Martha grew up. How old should how old she should be? I think she was like 8. They didn't specify her age really. But yeah, like she looks like an adult now. Probably she's probably like in her late teens or something. How's business?
So, how's business? All well?
More and more people keep coming here. Yesterday, there were 24 merchants from Shiring alone.
You exhausted?
Pretty much. But the Priory made a lot of money. Seems the Earl just raised the taxes at his market, so they all came here instead. Now they've all returned to Shiring for the Fleece Fair.
Is the Earl asking lower taxes at the Fleece Fair?
On the contrary, from what the merchants told me, it's even worse. So they all have to trade their wool there, including Aliena and the Prior. But you need a license to do a Fleece Fair, and only Shiring has one.
You need a things like that were a thing back in the day? A license? That's a little bit weird. We're talking about we're in the 12th century. They're already doing things like that? Wow, what are they controlling? For wool? Probably this is something... Maybe it's gonna make sense, you know, for military reasons. They don't want... they want to know where things go. If they see someone herding or collecting wool or something, they don't want it to go to the enemy or something. That might be the case. Are you not going to the Fleece Fair?
Are you not going to the Fleece Fair in Shiring?
No, Philip asked me to supervise the market here.
So now you're working with Philip and Aliena?
I know, it's a lot of work. But we all want the same thing after all.
And what's that?
To keep this place in good shape. This is our home.
Yeah, I guess.
You should be working too.
I'm just taking a break.
Entertain Jonathan.
Do you want to buy some of this fine cloth, Jonathan?
Great idea. I can make you a red robe. Or a blue one.
No.
No.
No, that would be silly now, wouldn't it? What is the colour that monks wear?
Brown and black and grey.
How do you get along with Alfred? I would assume pretty fine. I don't think both of these guys have problem with each other. They're siblings,
How do you
after
get
all.
along with Alfred?
He usually only talks to me when he wants me to cook for him.
Why would you keep cooking for him?
He doesn't have a wife. And he's my brother.
I wouldn't ask you to cook for me. Jonathan wouldn't either, and he's your brother too.
Jack, no one's supposed to know.
Don't worry, he's a little monk. He is everyone's brother.
Damn, so, well, I guess she realizes that at the very least. Well, I guess it's time for us to talk about Aliena.
Did you see Aliena?
Maybe she was heading home. I think she's expecting a visitor.
Uh-oh.
Visitor?
Do I
Uh-oh.
hear jealousy in your voice?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Went home?
Aliena went home.
Could be. I know she's expecting a visitor.
Maybe I should get going.
Oh, before I forget, I have a message for you.
From whom? Message from Ellen. Oh yeah, Ellen is his mother. What happened to her? Is she still here? They didn't do anything to her? Alright, that's it. Cub, I need to talk to you. I will be at the small clearing near the river. That's about it?
I think Ellen wants to talk to you about Popper.
What's there to talk about? Tom doesn't believe I can be a builder.
That's not true. That's what she wants to talk about. Popper knows what you can do. He told her.
Oh, did he?
Yes. He's complicated.
He is. On days like this, you can almost get lost here.
Map of Kingsbridge Priory, 1141. Open map. Did it actually change? Not really. Same thing. The mill is the same place, clearing the same place. So this is where we're supposed to go at the very least. The mill? Oh, but that's Aliena's hat. That's new. Stable. I might actually have to take a look around before I go to Aliena. Why do I have controller prompt?
The Hamleys were the ones forcing that deal on me to spite Waileran. They are breaking the agreement they made with King Stephen.
All I know is that suddenly the quarrymaster wants us to pay steep prices for stone. And the verderer of Shoot Forest now insists we pay even more for timber. The verderer and the quarrymaster both claim that they act on orders from the Earl of Shiring. If our workers find out, they'll get nervous. And rightly so.
Of course. This is a terrible problem.
Yeah, it is. But I can assure you that we will be safe for the next few weeks. I've planned ahead for a case like this.
You have?
There are always bound to be shortages. We can pay our workers and there's enough stone and timber for a month.
If it weren't for you, we'd be lost now. But our problem remains. I must talk to the Earl.
Indeed. But first, we need to talk to the workers. They need to know.
I agree.
Well, I guess all of these taxes definitely gonna affect also the prices for the timber and the stone. But I guess we have enough for a month.
Why would Percy Hamley break his word? Why now, all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Preparation for war? That's, I mean, if a country increases the prices of its taxes, it means that, yeah, they're preparing for war. That's pretty simple.
We'll find a solution.